Our world is full of wonders. But sometimes our own eyes can play tricks on us. These tricks are called optical illusions. They make us see things that are not quite there, or perhaps see things in a very different way. Optical illusions show us something remarkable. What we see is not always the simple truth. Our brain is a powerful partner in vision. It works hard to understand the signals from our eyes. Sometimes the brain's interpretation can be surprising. These moments of visual confusion are fascinating. They open a window into how we perceive reality itself. This journey we embark upon today is into that very world, the world of optical illusions. We will explore how these visual puzzles trick our sight. Let us begin this exploration. The world of optical illusions is wonderfully diverse. There are many different types. Each type tricks our eyes in its own special way. Some illusions are quite simple. Others are incredibly complex. Understanding these types helps us appreciate their cleverness. Let us look at some of these fascinating categories. We begin with two fundamental types. First, we encounter literal optical illusions. These occur when an image is created from other smaller images. Think of looking at clouds in the sky. Sometimes they arrange themselves to look like a face or an animal. Then we have physiological illusions. These illusions have a more physical effect. Imagine staring at a very bright light. When you then look away, you might see an afterimage. This is your visual system reacting to overstimulation. Beyond literal and physiological tricks, we find cognitive illusions. These arise from our brain's assumptions about the world. Our minds use existing knowledge to interpret what we see. Cognitive illusions happen when this interpretation process goes astray. One fascinating type of cognitive illusion is the ambiguous illusion. Here, an image can be perceived in multiple ways. A famous example is the Necker cube. Is it pointing up and to the left, or down and to the right? Another is Rubens' vase. Do you see an elegant vase, or two faces looking at each other? Next are the distorting illusions. These illusions make us misjudge size, length, or shape. The Muller-Lyer illusion is a classic example. Two lines of the same length are shown, but one has arrowheads pointing inwards, the other outwards. The line with outward pointing arrows often looks longer. Section 4. The allure of the unseen. Why we are fascinated. Why do these visual puzzles, these optical illusions, hold such a powerful fascination for us? What is it about them that captures our attention so completely? We are by nature curious creatures. Our minds are always seeking to make sense of the world around us. We strive to understand the world around us, to decode its mysteries and uncover its secrets. Illusions offer a playful challenge to this understanding. They present us with a puzzle that defies our expectations. They invite us to look closer, to question what we see and how we see it. They encourage us to think more deeply about how we see, and to explore the limits of our perception. One reason for their allure is that they directly challenge our perception of reality. They make us question what we believe to be true. We generally trust our senses, especially our sight. We rely on them to navigate the world. When an illusion shows us that our eyes can be fooled, it is surprising. It shakes our confidence in our own perception. It can even be a little unsettling, but it also sparks a sense of wonder and excitement. But it is also exciting. It opens up a world of possibilities and new ways of seeing. It makes us question the very nature of what is real. It challenges us to think beyond the obvious. This delightful disruption of our expectations is inherently engaging for our minds. It keeps us curious and engaged. Moreover, optical illusions provide a unique glimpse into the hidden workings of our own minds. They reveal the complexities of our perception. They are not just tricks, they are demonstrations. They show us the intricate processes our brain uses to interpret the world. They show us how our brain actively constructs our visual world. They reveal the hidden mechanisms of our perception. Seeing an illusion unfold is like getting a secret behind-the-scenes tour of our own cognitive processes. It is a fascinating journey into the workings of our mind. Section 5. The brain's clever shortcuts, neurological processing. Our brain is an astonishingly complex organ, a marvel of biological engineering. It constantly receives a flood of information from our senses, especially from our eyes, ears, and skin. To manage this incredible amount of data efficiently, the brain uses clever strategies. It takes shortcuts known as heuristics. These mental shortcuts are known in psychology as heuristics. They are essential for our daily functioning. They help us make sense of the world quickly and efficiently, allowing us to navigate complex environments with ease. They allow us to react promptly to our surroundings, ensuring our safety and enhancing our interactions. These shortcuts are usually very effective, helping us to make quick decisions without overloading our cognitive resources. They are based on our past experiences and general rules about how the world works, which we have learned over time. For example, our brain assumes that light usually comes from above, a heuristic that helps us interpret shading and perceive three-dimensional shapes. This helps us interpret shading and perceive three-dimensional shapes, making sense of the visual world around us. However, optical illusions often exploit these very shortcuts, creating situations where our brain's assumptions lead to an incorrect perception. They create situations where our brain's assumptions lead to an incorrect perception, challenging our understanding of reality. When we look at an illusion, our brain tries to apply its usual rules, attempting to fit the confusing visual information into a familiar pattern. It tries to fit the confusing visual information into a familiar pattern, but the illusion is designed to resist this. Presenting conflicting cues or suggesting an interpretation that is physically impossible. It might present conflicting cues, making it difficult for our brain to settle on a single interpretation, or it might suggest an interpretation that is physically impossible, defying the rules our brain relies on. This is where the trick happens, revealing the fascinating ways our brain processes and sometimes misinterprets the world around us. Section 6. When seeing isn't believing, the science unveiled. Scientists find optical illusions incredibly useful in their research. They are not just curiosities or mere tricks of the eye. They are valuable tools for research, providing insights into human perception. By studying how we perceive illusions, scientists can learn more about the intricate processes of human vision and cognition. They investigate what happens in our eyes when we see these illusions. They explore the complex activity within our brain that interprets these visual phenomena. Neurons, the nerve cells in our eyes and brain, are the fundamental players in this story of perception. Specific areas of our brain are dedicated to processing visual information, making sense of what we see. The journey of sight begins in the retina, at the back of the eye where light is first detected. From there, signals travel along the optic nerve, carrying visual information. They reach a part of the brain called the thalamus, which acts as a relay station. Then they are relayed to the visual cortex, the brain's primary visual processing center. This area, located at the back of the brain, is crucial for interpreting the patterns of light and color. It interprets the patterns of light and color, helping us make sense of the world around us. It helps us recognize objects, faces, and scenes, making our visual experience coherent. Physiological illusions, like afterimages, can be explained by the behavior of neurons in our visual system. When certain neurons in the retina are overstimulated, they become fatigued, leading to these fascinating visual effects. Section 7. Beyond the illusion, a continuing journey of discovery. Optical illusions, as we have seen, are far more than just entertaining puzzles. They are profound windows into the workings of the human mind. They reveal the complex interplay between our eyes and our brain. They demonstrate that perception is not a passive recording of the world, rather it is an active, constructive process. Our brain builds our reality, moment by moment. These visual deceptions teach us valuable lessons. They highlight the strengths of our visual system. Its ability to quickly interpret complex scenes is remarkable, but they also show its limitations. They remind us to be humble about what we think we see. They encourage a healthy skepticism and a deeper curiosity. The fact that our sophisticated brains can be so elegantly fooled is truly intriguing. It speaks to the efficiency and the quirks of our neural architecture. The study of optical illusions is an ongoing adventure. Scientists are constantly learning more about perception. New illusions are sometimes discovered or created.